Hello everybody, it's Whynay here, and welcome to my money making guide. And before you can view this video, you need to go to this link in the description and pay $7 via PayPal in order to view it. No, just kidding, this video is completely free. I did this out of the greatness of my heart to possibly help you guys make some more money and to stop wasting your money on these other guides with techniques that are all over, but not in one collected source. However, this video did take a good portion of my time, so feel free to donate to that PayPal if you would. It's completely optional, and anything given is extremely appreciated. But before I digress, let's get on with the video, shall we? Now, what good is a money-making guide if the person who created it doesn't even have that much money? I wouldn't declare myself extremely wealthy in RuneScape, but my total wealth is around 135 mil, as you can see in this clip, and I'm 108 combat. All of these techniques do involve combat, so anybody who is a skiller pure will find this video useless. However, most of these areas are usually pretty empty, so you won't have much competition when trying to make money. Here's what we will be covering in this video. Cave Horrors, Aviant Seas in the God Wars dungeon, gaining potential in PvP and BH worlds, killing targets, and the magic training arena. All of these techniques are a great way to earn money while getting your skills up at the same time. However, these techniques will require you to sit there for a few days, weeks, or even months to make the amount of money that you choose to make. First up on the list is Cave Horrors. In order to get to the Cave Horrors, you need to complete Cabin Fever, be wearing a Witchwood icon and have a light source in your inventory, and have 58 Slayer. Here is the route all the way from the Most Harmless Bank all the way to the Cave Horror Cave. Cave Horrors are level 80 combat and have 550 hit points. The Cave Horrors use a mix of melee and magic based attacks. There are also albino bats in the cave that are aggressive, and in order for them to lose their aggression, you need to be in the area for 10 minutes or be 105 combat or higher. If you have 68 summoning, it is recommended that you use a bunyip, however, it is not required. If you don't have 68 summoning, you won't last here very long, but it's still possible to make money. Cave Horrors have numerous drops. They drop gold, crimson, green, and blue charms, crimson being the most common of the four, long bones, torstal seeds, dwarfweed seeds, snapdragon, and toadflax seeds. And their most prized drop is the black mask, which is fully charged at 10 charges. The drop ratio for black masks is about 1 to 200, meaning that you'll average about 1 mask for every 200 Cave Horrors that you kill. This is not a guaranteed ratio, meaning that you may or may not get a black mask every 200 kills. It's just an estimate. While in this dungeon, you have two options. You can either melee or range. If you have low defense, it is recommended that you use safe spots while fighting here. If you're meleeing, wear a good magic defense. Also, keep in mind that the higher your magic level is, the better resistance you will have to magic-based attacks. And that's all for Cave Horrors. If you have any further questions, feel free to post them in the comment section below. Next up is the Aviant Seas in the God Wars dungeon. It is recommended that you do Edgar's Ruse in order to use the Trollheim teleport to get to the God Wars dungeon much faster. Once you have teleported to Trollheim, follow this path. If you're going to use the grappling area, make sure you bring your Myth Grapple or you'll be stuck on the other side. In order to fight the Aviant Seas across from the grappling area, it is recommended that you have an Armadil and a Zamorak item. You may also want to grab a Ceratomen item so that you will take no damage while entering the dungeon. There are only two ways to attack the Aviant Seas, range or magic. Magic is highly ineffective, so range is the only viable alternative. It is recommended that you have at least 70 range and 70 defense before attempting to train at Aviant Seas. While at the Aviant Seas, make sure you wear a good balance between range defense and range attack. 140 ranged attack and 200 ranged defense is the best balance between the two. It is possible to camp at Aviant Seas for days, weeks, or months. If you bring the right gear, you can camp here for the maximum kill count, which is 4,000 kills, at which time you will have to leave the dungeon and re-enter if you wish to keep training. Make sure you are on the standard magic book and bring runes for high alchemy, Bones to Peaches tabs if you haven't earned the ability to use the spell from the magic training arena, or the runes for Bones to Peaches. What you're really after from the Aviant Seas is the Adamantite bars. They drop 4 at a time, which are noted. Their Adamantite bar drop ratio is 1 to 4, meaning that you will come out with 1 bar for every 1 kill that you attain. Again, this is not a guaranteed ratio, so you may or may not gain the same amount of bars as you do kills. And that's all for Avian Seas. Again, if you have any questions about the Avian Seas, feel free to leave a comment. Continuing on our money-making venture, we have gaining earned potential in PvP and BH worlds. My favorite way of gaining potential would be to have a U-seed and a piece of food, usually a monkfish, in your inventory. While you have these two items, the monkfish protects over the U-seed, and the U-seed is currently worth 90,000 GP, giving you the 75,000 risk that you need to gain potential. As soon as you eat the monkfish, the U-seed is automatically your protected item, so therefore you will lose no money, and you can just sit in level 1, gain potential, get attacked, eat the monkfish, die, repeat. There are numerous other places you can gain potential at, but this is the easiest way. If you wish to AFK gain potential, you may want to pick a different spot. And that's about it for potential. Short, sweet, and to the point. And now that we have gained some potential, it's time to use it up by, what else? Killing a target. I was lucky enough to get a target that was one iteming and apparently was AFK. But normally I add my targets, ask them if they wish for a death match, which is you both fight till you're out of food, and whoever is out of food first dies and gives the other person the kill. And I had recently been on a death streak, so I got some pretty decent loot. It averaged out to be 3.6 mil. But sometimes you'll get a few targets that feel the need to be an asshole. If you happen to get a person like this, you can sit in safe zone for 10 minutes or log out for 10 minutes. And that does it for gaining potential in PvP and BH worlds. If you have a question, feel free to leave it in the comments section. This last one is probably my favorite method of making money, probably because it trains magic at the same time. This is the magic training arena. Your objective here is to gain points in 4 different areas in order to get rewards, which could be the Master's Wand, Infinity Boots, or the Mage's Book tend to be the most profitable items. For those of you who aren't as dedicated, Infinity Boots will probably be your best objective as they take the least amount of time to get. For those of you who are in it for the long haul, I would advise going for a Mage's Book. And the Master's Wand is probably the best if you can buy the Teacher's Wand beforehand and upgrade to it with the points you need. The point of the creature graveyard is to grab a bunch of bones from the piles and convert them to fruit. Each bone has its own value in fruit, as you can see on the side of the game screen. What you do is you grab enough bones to fill up your inventory by casting a spell, and you cast Bones to Bananas until you need to eat, then you cast Bones to Peaches. For those of you who are doing Magic Training Arena for the Bones to Peaches spell, it will be very annoying to try to heal with Bones to Bananas until you get Bones to Peaches, but it's worth it. As soon as you have collected all the points you need in the creature graveyard, feel free to pick your next minigame. I chose the enchantment portal, and the first thing I usually do when I join enchantment is pick up all the dragon stones that are on the ground. There are usually 6 of them. They spawn every few minutes. What you do with these is you use your best level enchant spell on them to get bonus pizzazz points. I can use level 6 enchantment, which requires 87 magic, but you can use any level enchant that you wish. As soon as you finish enchanting all the dragon stones, go over and start picking up some shapes. I usually pick up about 10 of each color. That's about as many as I can do before it changes to the next shape. And you wait for it to change to the shape that you have in your inventory, and you begin enchanting. You get 1 bonus point for every shape you enchant. Alternatively, you can hop worlds and keep picking up dragon stones and enchanting them. The next minigame on the queue is the telekinetic portal. This one is fairly straightforward. You use the telekinetic grab on the guardian statue until you get it to the portal at the end of the maze. This is probably the most annoying part of the Magic Training Arena. There are only about 9 or 10 different mazes. I'll speed this up and let you guys watch the solution to this maze. The final minigame on the list is the Alchemist Playground. The point of this minigame is to run around searching the cupboards to find the item that is worth the highest amount of coins. When you cast your alchemy spell on the item, you will get a number of coins depending on how much the item was worth. For every GP you deposit, you will get 2 extra magic experience. Sometimes you'll see a green arrow next to one of the items. That means this item is free to convert. You will get the XP and the coins for it, but you won't lose a nature rune. And that is all for the Magic Training Arena. If you would like a more in-depth guide for the Magic Training Arena, I did a commentary on it a while back. Click this link in the video to go to that video and watch that. And I've said it numerous times throughout the video, but I will say it again. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I will try to answer them. Please try not to ask a question that has already been answered. If you feel that your question has already been answered, please search through the comments and look for any comment I have responded to involving your issue. I would like to thank you guys for watching, and thanks to anybody who has donated to my PayPal account. That is greatly appreciated, and I will talk to you guys later.